Hey yo, what's poppin'? What's cracking, everyone out there in the OP squad? I'm hoping that you all are having a wonderful day after this Thanksgiving feast. Yes, it's a beautiful day to be alive, baby. If this is the first time you're checking out the channel, keep enjoying the vibe by hitting that like, comment, share, subscribe, and smack that notification bell like cheeks on your girl. Before we get into this OP class setup that I have, I really want to say something very, very dear to my soul. I don't worry about what other streamers do, because the most important thing to me is to show gratitude and respect for those that show me love and support. It's very, very important. And I know that yesterday was Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't have the people that they normally spend time with on Thanksgiving here with us today. And I want to take out a few seconds to say thank you to those people who are no longer with us. I love you. From my family to yours, we love you. And if you ever want to talk, you want to hit me up on IG or on Twitter in my DMs, and you just want to kick it, you hit me up on there and you let me know what you're feeling, what you're going through. If you want to find out some future content that I'm working on, you might get the inside scoop. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, cue the intro.
You don't want to see the squad back. 1v1, 2v2, bring your squad, we smoke fools. I was saying I never play games, but since I know I'm showing something.
You already know what it is. It's the one and only Lyriq Page, aka Mr. Way Too OP Real OG. And before I show you this 100 class loadout, I definitely want to showcase how much work the squad and I have been putting in. 6.32 win-loss ratio. Talk about it, baby. This is something that we definitely love to show, because we want people to understand that being an objective player, winning a match, is more important than having a super high KD. As long as you're above a 1.0, you are good. And I believe in my case, I think I have a 1.3, so it's decent. I don't really stress it. Let's get into the specs of the MP5. I use the agency suppressor, 100% muzzle flash concealment, 7% vertical recoil control, negative 25% effective damage range, which we're going to counter with the next attachment. So we really don't focus on the fall off damage range, because the MP5 is always going to be a stable and mobile gun. It's really good and excels at close range combat. It's really great at mid range, but sometimes it can be great at long range. But you don't really need the MP5 for long range unless you're playing hardcore and you got to get a shot off from a guy that's at a distance. And that's something that you want to focus on using the Type 63 for, but we're going to get into the next attachment. I love what Treyarch has done by upgrading our gunsmith system. It definitely helps having the percentages while we're calibrating our guns, trying to fit our personal playstyles. Having those values as percentages, it definitely helps you. And that brings me to the 9.5 Task Force barrel. Having more damage, 6% damage is always welcome on any submachine gun. I definitely want you to understand how high it is to have an extra 6% damage on top of the stability and mobility of the MP5. It's already a stable gun no matter what you're doing, but more damage equals amazing results. 50% extra effective damage range definitely counters what we just lost. 75% bullet velocity, your bullets travel to the enemy quicker. It helps out. We're going to skip over the body attachments because we already have accuracy. Let's go to the grip. The field agent grip is the best grip for this specific gun. The MP5, as I said before, is great at strafing. So when you dodge left to right, especially when you're running and gunning, you're not going to really have a decrease in your speed. It's just when you're standing still and you're shooting and then you strafe left or right, you will get a slight decrease. But if you're moving and you're always mobile, you're never going to have to focus on that. Plus, we get a bonus of 6% vertical recoil control and 20% horizontal recoil control. That is a little bit closer to what we lost with the last attachment, but it basically sets us close to default. It's possible that we can actually get a little more, but we're not going to focus on that. We always focus on mobility, speed, and accuracy with the MP5. Now, as we head on over to the magazines, I want to talk about two specific attachments. The Salvo 40 round fast mag is my hands down favorite. Once you get into a pinch, you can reload super quick, get right back into the action with no problem. Now, the 50 round drum is great against multiple enemies because you don't have to reload. But when that time comes for you to reload, it makes you feel like you need speed cola. I don't like it. Now we're going to move along to the last attachment on the list, which is the Airborne Elastic Wrap Rear Grip. It gives you 30% ADS speed, which is always going to be impeccable for winning close range gunfights. You always want to feel like you have a pistol in your hands, and that's exactly what this 30% gives you. 90% flinch resistance is very key to winning gunfights, because you definitely don't want to go into a fight and someone hits you with their bullets, and as you're hitting them, trying to counter that shot and get the kill, you're going to lose that gunfight because your gun is going to be jumping all around, because the bullets hitting your character is going to make you flinch. You want to have this flinch resistance because number one is 90%, which is almost 100. You definitely want to have it. But then, most importantly, you want to have it because you don't want to have your gun bouncing around and also have recoil. You don't want that. It's just two things that's not good. Aiming while going prone in this game does not matter because Treyarch has changed the drop shot. Now you actually have to basically hit fire and drop shot, and it kind of sucks because you can't aim and shoot at any direction. The negatives on this one really doesn't matter because we're going to talk about Gung Ho later on, so we're going to skip on over to the Type 63 and get into that. Before I show you the Type 63, there's a Royal and Cross 4x reticle that I want to show you, and I believe it's probably the best one that I've ever seen in Call of Duty. It's super cool. I like this one because upside down it shows the headshots and it looks like you're literally aiming at the heads directly. The nuclear one is cool, but I'd rather pick the finger gun one over that one. Now we're going to go over to this Royal and Cross 4x scope. As I said before, this is the scope that I use. It's the best one. The muzzle, I use the silencer. Simple as that. I don't want to lose too much bullet velocity. It's negative 15% already. I don't want it to be any more than that. And down here you can see it's negative 25% bullet velocity. I don't want that. Forget that recoil. It does not help because at the end of the day this gun is already stable. Long range, it's a beast. The 21.5 inch Task Force barrel is amazing because it has more damage, 100% damage range, and on top of that it has 50% bullet velocity. You don't have to worry about the cons. We're going to negate that con anyway with this one because we get 15% horizontal recoil control and 10% movement speed. Again, the cons are less than 10%. Don't focus on that. I use the 35 rounder because the 35 round fast mag, it takes too much aim down sight time. We don't want that. We need bullet velocity and ADS speed. That's the most important thing for having this gun because you definitely want as much speed as you can. Let's talk about the lethal, tactical, and field upgrades. I use the stun grenade because in hardcore you don't need a stim because 9 times out of 10 you're just fighting and you're keeping it moving. I use the Simtex also because the blast radius is definitely helpful when you want to stick a target and they run in panic and they hit more teammates of theirs, and it helps. You kill more enemies. Blast radius for the C4 is not as big as it was and it takes too long to throw, and I really don't like the timer on here. It's better on Modern Warfare before the updates they had, but I definitely would rather have a Simtex. Trophy system is what I use 90% of the time. Actually, you know what? 99% of the time. There's very few chances of me actually getting killed when I have a trophy system because when I'm on my streak, I want to make sure I have that. And the assault pack is good for when you want to keep streaking and you run out of ammo or you want to get a bonus to your points and keep your score streak higher. It's going to help out, but I'll definitely take the trophy system because I'm an objective player. The wildcards in this game are amazing. Lawbreaker is my favorite one because it grants us the ability to carry a primary as a secondary. That helps, but it also gives us a bonus ability, which is giving us the opportunity to have 3 different perks from the same category. I'm using Gung Ho, Ghost, and Ninja. These are very important in making sure this build keeps us stealthy, quick, and nobody will ever detect us if we're moving, which is the main reason why we have the MP5. If we stop for any reason, we'll be seen on the radar if they have a UAV. But I'm a hardcore player, so most of the time people don't even really care about the UAVs because we're always focusing on playing objective and moving around getting our kill streaks high. Ninja is great. Whenever people have field mics, it definitely helps to have it, so take that with you when you can. That right there is the OP loadout, and I want to show you some gameplay now. We're going to stop all this talking and get right into the live action, baby. Let's get it. Scooby-Doo. I'm coming to B. Give me 1 second.
He laying down at the back tire.
He's down at the car. He's done.
Nope, he dead now.
I ain't see it was a third.
Bravo locked
Give me
down.
1 second and I'm about to start pushing forward.
We're in the lead.
He shot me in the head.
I don't know.
What the heck they doing?
Oh, that was my fault. 2 coming on the left. By the time I get there, it'll be 3.
Got him.
Nice, good stuff. All right, he's on A side. I'm coming back. Stress it.
Yeah. their side because they're gonna try and take the sand.
Got it.
Losing B.
That's okay. Good. I'm back.
Taking Alpha.
Alright.
We're being dominated. Get
We're not being
aggressive.
dominated, Playboy. We getting this right back.
Taking B.
Turn that
Alpha
flash
locked
on.
down.
What the?
Hold on. Where you sitting at, babe? I don't even see you.
In the sand dunes.
Sand dunes?
By the
Okay,
down
2 coming to your
satellite.
right. 1 down. The other
Not the other one.
one. Man, that was a hard fight, man. Look at that. Freaking 60
I
and
know.
42 and 42.
I mean, I didn't do it well, but I kept getting spawned.
That's why I started going after him. That's a clip, baby. Watch the move. Bro's laugh is priceless. As you can see, we put in mad work. I'm hoping that you enjoyed the video. Bruh. Error? I'm gone.
It look like a real ghost when the gun smoke clears. Ain't no way